Hey everyone, we're at Burleigh Creek, Singapore. Today is the 1st of March 2020 and today's my 8th anniversary in Singapore. So we decided to do like a really quick sunset walk. Hopefully we're chasing the sunset. It's like, what time is it? 7:02. This whole episode will be filmed in using my new GoPro Hero 8 Black, which I did an unboxing video just right prior to this video. So yeah, come, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, before we enter the park, I wanted to show you guys that we're using Strava. Well, I just put it in the walk preset.
I'm using this.
And he's using his Pokemon thing right now. Yeah, let's go. Okay. It's a very straightforward route, the way I saw it on the map. Okay, this is fascinating. I forgot to bring some insect repellent. I left my insect repellent. I forgot to bring.
Huh?
Yeah. Right, we had the spray. No. We bought the spray from...
Yeah.
Where did we buy from?
Bali.
Yeah, we bought it when we were in Bali. Okay, this one is in 2.7K, 60 frames per second. And this one is in standard. I think it's like 60 FPS. Yeah, it's a standard one. Standard setting. One of the reasons I got a GoPro is because I needed a portable camera because I plan to be doing a lot of traveling in the next few weeks and months. And with that, I didn't want to have to bring a multitude of cameras, my Canon G7X, my Nikon, or my waterproof camera. I felt like this GoPro is... I'm breathing because I was doing a little bit of running. I feel like a GoPro is sort of like a solution to all of that. My favorite thing about Singapore is all this greenery you see. It's like everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's always well manicured, clean paths. There's a respect for green spaces and nature. And there are a lot of these park connectors. What I love about this view is that, like Henderson Waves, it's only... How far is this from my place? 15 minutes away from my place. If you were to jog, maybe about 20-30 minutes. But beautiful view. You're looking at Reflections by Keppel Bay. It's a really one of the more fanciest places to live in Singapore, apart from like the Sentosa Cove. Why did I move to Singapore? I moved to Singapore mainly because of career opportunities. Back in the Philippines, I worked for a broadcast network, and it was a terrestrial free-to-air TV network. And I was looking to work for like cable television or something with a bit more regional and international reach. And a lot of the international headquarters for APAC, for Asia Pacific or Asia in particular, are actually based in Singapore. So I came here my first job here was at MediaCorp, and then I moved on to NBC Universal, which is fantastic. Who I was before and who I am now. Who I was before was a bit more really shy kind of person. Like I wouldn't really, very meek. I was really highly dependent on my partner at that time. But through the years, I sort of discovered that, you know, you got to be independent. It's really important to be independent, especially if you want to try to achieve some goals in your life. What my favorite things are in Singapore? Some of my favorite things in Singapore, food is one, but I'm going to tell you this, fast food is tastier in the Philippines, definitely. With our penchant for American fast food, American style fast food, I will say that Manila fast food tastes better than the one in Singapore. However, in Singapore, you're going to get a great mixture of different cuisines from around the world. So you can get Chinese, Indian, Malay, of course, those are being the obvious ones. But if you dig deeper, you get to also have Peranakan food, which is one of my personal favorites here in Singapore. One of my other favorite things in Singapore, of course, are the career opportunities. A lot of the major companies are based here in Singapore, so moving here definitely opened up a lot of opportunities to work for big companies, big names, big brands. And probably my most favorite thing being in Singapore is gaining a sense of independence with the safety and the efficiency, like I mentioned earlier, that you have in Singapore. It's like you're in an area where you feel really safe to develop yourself. Things I wish I knew before moving to Singapore, well, that's a hard question to answer, because before I go anywhere, whether it's traveling or whether it's for a business trip or the fact that I left everything behind in the Philippines to find an opportunity here, I do a lot of research. I won't kid you. I do a lot of research before I travel, before I go anywhere. So things I wish I knew, I probably had an idea. If it's expensive in Singapore, I know it's expensive. But what I should have done in the very beginning was put more emphasis into savings. Here, yes, you'll earn bigger compared to the Philippines, but if you're not careful in saving, if you don't really push hard for it, your money will just evaporate. It'll just go nowhere, basically. So I'm very proud of some of my friends, my teammates and loved ones who have been in Singapore and have, what do you say, they've invested like in property back in the Philippines. They put their money to good use. They make their money work for them. Perfect. But for me, I could have done a better job in the past 8 years. I've only started that in the past 2 to 3 years. So I keep thinking, if I had invested money more aggressively, even in the beginning, even with my starting salary in Singapore 8 years ago, I would probably have a condo, or have started a condo already back in the Philippines, in Manila. I don't have a condo right now. I don't have any big properties. I mean, pros and cons. The pro is that if I were to leave Singapore soon, I'm not like ball and chain, you know, I sort of have this mobility I could do. But if the con, of course, is that going back to the Philippines, if I were to go back to the Philippines really soon, it means, what did I do when I was here other than develop my career? I mean, I don't have any tangible thing that I can hold on to. What do I want to do in the next few years is really important. I'm 34 years old. I've been in Singapore for 8 years, and now I'm asking questions like, where do I want to go if I want to settle down? Because in Singapore, even being here for 8 years, I'm not a permanent resident. I applied once, got rejected. I'm thinking, where is it do I want to keep investing my time and my energy in? I should be investing in a place or a location where I could settle down. I could marry my partner. I could start building a life there. And in Singapore, even if I love it for everything that it is, it's not perfect, but I love it as it is. What's next? Those are questions that I'm asking right now. What do I want to do with my future? And so far, I feel like that's something that those are the questions that I'll be asking of myself in the next few months. Different pros and cons wherever you live in the world. But what's important is that wherever you are in the world, wherever you are planted, you must grow. You cannot just, yeah, if you're in a location where you're not growing, then you better get out of there. I suppose that's probably my biggest learning. I've been growing here in Singapore for the past 8 years. Very happy here I am, just enjoying this fantastic view behind me of reflections at Keppel Bay. All right, I hope you guys liked this video. This entire episode was recorded on my GoPro Hero 8 Black, which I just did an unboxing video earlier. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and also click subscribe if you haven't. So see you guys in the next one. Bye. You could see Venus right behind me. It's faint on this camera, but you can see it. It's that shiny thing up there in the sky.